Hey guys, as always, I have to do a part 2 of my video because I forgot some very important details on part 1. So let's just go into the Cricut. A friend of mine, as I stated before, has some difficulties when she purchases a file, an SVG file, to have the actual images cut with both the score lines or the cut lines and the image together, because most companies, when you receive their files, it's separated. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's click this on. So I purchased a file from 3D SVG, and it was for a check card with some eggs. So I'm just gonna select one part of it so it's easier to understand. Please forgive my voice, I'm a little hoarse, so if I pause, it's just so you don't hear that. So this is the way the file comes. Now you would think it's attached, right? That if you could just send it to make and everything would be fine, but it's not. The two score lines that it actually just cuts little slits in so you could fold it better. You can actually turn them also into score lines, but we're gonna just leave them as a cut line. It separates when you send it to cut. So we need to rectify that problem. You could just select it, attach, but if the card has 20 pieces and all the 20 pieces are separated, you would have to do that for each individual one. Okay, for example, let's upload another piece. Let's do this one. Add to canvas. Again, if you send it to cut, you attach this one, but if you send it to cut, it's going to separate it again. So that's the part that becomes time consuming when you purchase these files. You have to really go in and attach it. So you're sure that when you send it to cut, everything is going to score properly and cut properly. So your image and your score lines would be one piece and exactly where it's supposed to be. So that takes care of that problem. So now if you send it to make, you have to forgive me, I'm running two monitors and it goes crazy. So now if you send it to make, as you can see, we just have those two images. The score lines are within the image, so it's all good. Let's cancel this. Now, there may be some circumstances that when you go ahead and do this, the image locks. So if the image is bigger than your mat, you're not going to be able to cut it unless you have a larger mat. But there's ways around it. So let's delete this part. We don't need this right now. Let's get rid of you. Now let's work with this guy again. We're going to detach. Now let's say this was a big image and these little pieces got in the way, or one of the eggs got in the way and you needed to remove it. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. Of course you can just ungroup it, hide your score line, and then go ahead and remove that piece. Like, let's do this. Come on. And then you slice it. So now it's no longer there. So you can get rid of it. But if you still need to cut that file, that certain piece, you can keep it here, but it's not going to be attached to the rest of it. So let's say we unselect this, get rid of this guy, open this one back up, and then bring in that cut line. Just send this to the back, and there you have your cut line. Okay, then again you would select and attach. But if it's a piece that you're not going to use, you can also contour it. So you would go and wow, this mouse is moving fast. Remove that. Let's detach it. Select it, and then you would come down here and press contour. When you contour, you can select certain things that you don't want to cut. For instance, that. See, you get rid of all those pieces. And now, when you go back, it's not in. If you don't need it, you can just erase it and cut your file as normal, and then you're good to go. Let's bring that back up. So now you have that. Let's attach it. Let's get rid of these guys, and we can send it to make. So here you have the one that you separated, and now you have this file that no longer has that extra little egg because you didn't need it or you didn't want it in your design. So I mean, there's different ways of doing it. Whatever is easier for you, that's what you should do always. I mean, it's for me it's easier just to select it and cut it out, but that's because that's what I've been doing since I started with Cricut years ago. But that's another option. If you had to really separate it, you may have to duplicate it, and on one file you can select stuff like, okay, let's do it. Why not? Let's duplicate that file. Okay, we have to detach them because you cannot contour while it's grouped together. So now let's do that. Let's contour that one. And let's say this is in this one we just wanted the chick. Okay, so now we have that one, and in this one we're only going to do the egg. So here we go. We've successfully removed all that stuff, and of course you have to hide your score lines. So now when you send it to print, or cut, I'm sorry, you gotta attach this one. It's all there, but separate pieces. So there's several ways you can do it. That you can have items that fit your mat and attach your score or cut lines, so your images stay intact. I mean, I've done it before. I send it to cut, and I put paper on a mat, a special paper, and it starts cutting these little score lines, but it doesn't cut the design. Anywho, I hope this helps. I'm gonna have to stop because my voice is about to go. I hope you guys have a great day, and if you have any questions, just write them below. I'll be glad to answer any of them. I hope this helps my friend out because I know she was having a really big issue, and she's like me, a visual learner. So I really hope this solves her problem. Anywho, have a great day, everyone. Bye.